All right, Shalom. Let's start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechai HaKodash. Double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well and tell us this 100% truth. Peace, love, and salutations unto the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the one-third. You Akim out there pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Unto those of you who are also scattered to the four corners, the Israelite foreigners, listening and following the Lamb whithersoever he goes. Unto you we say Shalom wa Barakatham. Right? And this lesson is just going to be based on an economic update, all right, of America. Okay? An economic update of America and their corporations, all right? Um, these big corporations, all right, who are likened unto the merchants in Rev 18, all right? Because ultimately, okay, we so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, who indeed make up the Israelites, all right, are not reaping and are not a part of these big corporations that exist. All right, these companies are owned, all right, starting with the elite banking families of the world. All right, they are owned by the self-proclaimed white man. All right, and the way that he keeps his coffers full, the way that he keeps control of this world, all right, is through his monetary systems. And that's just one aspect, all right? That's just one of the major keys, you know, that fiat currency, all right? And then, of course, that's just surface level because you have to go deeper, all right? Going back into the slave days, all right? And then even then you have to go deeper, all right? Going back all the way to Cain and Abel, all right? Because that same spirit, all right, that is in Esau, all right, is the spirit of Cain, okay? And ultimately, when you understand the law, statutes, and commandments that were given unto us that are in the Holy Scriptures, you will come to understand how money or substance is supposed to be used, what exactly money actually is, all right? And then you'll come to understand how wicked and deceitful this whole economic system that is in place currently is, man, all right? And it's a beautiful thing to see this, all right? This year being a hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, all right? And, you know, Lord's will, seeing the rest of the prophecies come to pass, man, you know? And anyway, let's get right into it. This is Zero Hedge, all right? A very common website, all right, as well as their Twitter handle, which you see here. And basically they tagged a government agency, okay? Of course, when you get into the word government itself, right, govern, going back to the Latin, which means control, and ment, which goes back to mind, all right? So they control the minds of the people under them, all right? Hence why you have the term bread and circus, all right? Bread and circus, all right, is basically a tool, a ploy that is used to distract the people, all right? Another term is smoke screen and mirrors, okay? The disappearing act, you know? You're focused on this, and then the smoke screen and mirrors deflects your attention to something elsewhere, all right? And they tagged them and said, since you have trouble finding actual data, of course, because again, they are meant to control, all right, the same way they have always been meant to control, all right, since the beginning, all right? When you go back to Genesis, there were three classifications of men, all right? The sons of men being the other nations, the sons of the wicked, all right, who were destined to do everything that was contrary to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then you had the sons of the Most High, all right, of whom, Lord's will, we are that hopeful elect, the chosen line, all right? And so, again, all right, even though America is a paradise to you people, right, because you can be cured of cancer temporarily, you can be cured of certain things if you end up getting in the club, in the upper echelons. But for the rest of you everyday Americans, all right, it's a paradise by you just getting your so-called dream job, all right? The wine is so strong here that even something so simplistic as farming and and earning, as they call it, an honest living, all right, which is really, all right, how our forefathers did it, man. How a man is actually supposed to be taking care of his land, all right, tilling the ground, and which, as we know, going back to Adam, all right, that was a curse, all right, because the earth was self-sufficient. But that's a whole nother topic, all right. But what was part of that, man? The Lord said, "You shall till the ground," you know. But let's continue. And it reads, "Here are the layoffs announced in the past few months." Right? These are just the past few months, man. Okay. Twitch, which is a video streaming service, they released 35% of their workforce. Hasbro, I think they make the toys, is 20% of workforce. Spotify, of course, is music, 17%. And you keep going all the way down, man, from jeans. Xerox is, that printing company and computer stuff, all right? Washington Post, eBay, PayPal, Charles Schwab, UPS, all right? Citigroup, at least 20,000 employees. Pixar, all right? Sports Illustrated, apparently, all right? iRobot, who was doing a deal with Amazon, laid off 31%, all right, of their staff, all right? And this is a beautiful thing because as we, starting with our elders and apostles of great millstone on down, have been prophesying, all right, there is great famine and destruction coming to this place, America, which is Babylon the Great, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, because of all the wickedness that has been done, first and foremost, to the Israelite man, woman, and child, all right, but then also of which what has been done across the whole world. All right, the bloodshed that has been spilled, man. Again, first and foremost with the Israelite man, woman, and child. All right, and then look at the state of the world today. All right, the whole state of the world is not in its current condition because the Chinese man decided to deceive the world and push forth all of these philosophies. All right, and destructive and satanic ways of thinking and livelihood. It's not because the Indian man decided to do it. All right, it's not because the Hispanic man decided to control and deceive the world, even though they play a part in it, nor the so-called black man. All right, but it is the self-proclaimed white man who has been in rulership, all right, for hundreds of years now, as they often like to say, when they started it with the Greeks. All right, all the wickedness that they committed even back then, and that the Romans perfected, not necessarily, all right, because that ancient pagan Roman Empire fell, all right, but it was ultimately revived, all right, through America, all right, through those 13 colonies, okay, and so America, Babylon the Great, all right, spiritually Sodom and Egypt, all right, is the main culprit, okay, because even when you go back to the Greeks and the Romans, they didn't have the magnitude of the power that is prophesied in Daniel 7, and also in Revelation 18 and Revelation 13. All right, they didn't have that same magnitude of power. Those miracles to make fire rain down from heaven. All right, that was America, man, NATO. All right, the military might. All right, his arm. All right, but nonetheless, this is a beautiful thing to see, man. All right, because the grinding is being brought to a halt. All right, another thing about this is, you know, when you just kind of look at the sectors of what these companies represent, you got noise, you got news, that's the spirit. That's all it is a whole bunch of noise, man, you know? But news, you got Washington Post, Business Insider, Pixar, studios that create cartoons and, all these different sectors that are laying off in drastic numbers, man. This isn't small, all right? And because there is so much noise out there, people aren't seeing this. They're going to their trusty, government data, labor statistics, which is it's all BS, man. All right. Again, bread and circus, smoke and mirrors. Okay. Not only that, Citigroup, all right, Charles Schwab, PayPal, all right, your investments, your banking, they're also taking hits, all right, which is beautiful, okay, because it's part of prophecy, all right. Prophecy states that there's going to be great tribulation because of famine, because of lack of bread, all right, neighbors spoiling one another, all right. And St. Andrews, it says, they shall not regard their king nor their princes. You see? Let's just go ahead and grab it real quick. Yeah, I should probably just open this whole chapter, really. So I'll keep bear with me. Okay, let's start at verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, power Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Kakwadash, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit. Exactly. All right? And that's what's been happening. All right? Slowly but surely. And it's not slow. Things are happening very fast if you consider how quickly things have changed over the past 4 years. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Exactly, and that's where we're at, man. Spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All right, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. You see, as the prophet Jeremiah makes mention, all right, that shall be as no time before. All right, let me just grab this real quick. Okay. Jeremiah 30 and verse 6, ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child, Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Exactly, man. All right, and this is happening at the higher levels, you know. And what I mean by that is your regular Americans don't work at companies like this. Your average Americans work for the smaller companies, you know, the subsidiaries of these bigger corporations, you know. And so how much more will they begin to be affected here very soon? All right, because these bigger corporations, they have the billions in revenue and they can make certain adjustments and still maintain operations. All right, but those subsidiaries under them, all right, they don't have that same capacity and flexibility. You see? And so if it's already happening at the top of the top, all right, there's a term known as the trickle down effect. All right, let me just grab it. I want to keep that. Hold on. Let's just grab this real quick. All right. The trickle down, I could just read it right here. Trickle down economics is generally a critical term for supply side economics, criticizing such policies as favoring wealthy individuals and large corporations. But this is the one that I want to get. All right. This is the actual definition. It's is a marketing and advertising term that suggests trends from the upper class will flow down. Okay. And so he say the same thing down here, you know, tax breaks and benefits for corporations and the wealthy will trickle down and blah, blah, which is all a lie. All right. They're reaping in millions by the hour, you know, and you're making your pennies, all right, during that same instance. You see, they'll make $1 million an hour and their payroll, you know, and their electricity, their rent, their, you know, all the buildings that they own, all these, their insurance, yada yada yada. It's only costing them 100,000. Not even, you know, not even in a lot of cases. But you see the point, man. All right, and that's what's taking place, man. The trickle down effect. Again, these bigger corporations and news outlets and investment groups and all that, man, it's only a matter of time. This is just, you know, again, happened over the past few months. And that's why, you know, we're hopeful that this year, all right, be the year that the Lord continues to purify us, all right, into the purest gold, all right, for him, all right, that through his graces and mercies we might be sealed, all right, which has already been predestinated. But there are certain things which, though we are aware of, yet we are unawares of the things that we must endure. You see, so there's still certain things that some brothers might have to go through, some less, some more than others, you know, and it's just a fact of us catching up with the prophecy because it's already fulfilled. The word was established from the very beginning, even before the foundations of the world, you know? And so that's the point, getting back to 2nd Esdras 15 and 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh Yashai shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful consolation. Exactly, and this is getting into that destruction. All right, but you know, that first part still applies. They that till the ground shall mourn. You know, people are mourning. You know, people are being released from their fancy ass jobs, you know, making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year. and only having to do 4 hours of actual work a day, if that. You know, hey, you people have lived deliciously, man. All right, like it makes mention of the merchants. All right, all of the countries who have been joined to America, Babylon the Great. All right, who have reaped the benefits of this whore, of this harlot off our backs. You know, that's it's soon coming to an end, man. You know, no more. Y'all have lived so comfortably, man. All right, and that's why the body of Bashim Yoshai, Mashim Kaglash. All right, the Lord has had us going through what we've been going through. You know, a homelessness. You know, lack of bread, no vehicles. You know, employment issues. You know, ailments, broken bones. You know, hey, all types of stuff, man. And guess what? It don't matter. You know, because all we want to do is, hey, get the fuck up out of here and praise Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Kagudash, man, for eternity. That's all we want to do, man. You know? It ain't too much to ask for. But yeah, when you understand the implications of even that simplistic statement, you'll understand that that's everything. You know, all the things that these people are out here fighting for and striving for, and we all know it's vanity, man. You know? Meanwhile, the very corporations, you know, that they, through the subsidiaries, are working for are falling apart. You know, the news outlets are laying off staff because nobody's believing the lies anymore. No one's believing the whine, the propaganda. You know, hey, it's already been covered. People are leaving the churches in mass numbers. Nobody believes the false prophet anymore, man. You know, your Catholicism and everything else, man. All right. Let me jump down and get this point. All right. Verse 18, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. You see? And this is just a small, hey, this is small, man, but it's so big, you know. This is big to see. All right, when companies are getting rid of 15, 20, even 30% of their workforce, and these are big time, you know, companies, all right, that are well known, you know, that have been funneling millions and billions in revenue, man. All right, so yeah, Lord's will, you was edified, man. I have another one I want to do, and Lord's will, you know, just getting back with something that I've been dealing with. You know, personally, I'll have enough might to get another one in today, man. So, man, this place is through, man. And you can see it. There's never been a time like this where you've seen 10, 15, you know, companies that are laying off this many people, man. It's never been. Hey, because why? Because this is about to be as no time before, all right? What's that? Did I have Ecclesiastes up here? You know, the grinding is low. All right. The grinding is low. Ecclesiastes 12:4. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Exactly, man. This place is through. All right. I should have started verse 3. Salakia. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men will bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. And that's what we're seeing, man. Right? No one is believing this BS no more, you know? And yet you have still a great majority that do, all right, which is the balance, because most do, all right? Most believe it. all right? But then you have amongst society the outspoken, all right, who are willing to match the great majority in number, or in voice, you see? And so, yeah, Lewis will use that a 5, man. All right, a lot of layoffs taking place right now, and a lot of layoffs still to come, man. All right, until next time we say shalom.